Finally, the market has settled down. It was possible to sustain a price hike for Shiba Inus. A party is now underway. Experts are no longer making predictions. Currently, Blackrock is buying everything. But wait, there's going to be a big change soon. Your daily dose of Shiba, wealthy coins, is here. If Shiba is something that piques your interest, you have come to the right place. Subscribe if you want to know what's happening in the cryptocurrency market and get the most up-to-date news predictions.
Audio machine to hit the like button to get more Shib news. To tell the truth, Shiba is actually getting a lot done today. To be perfectly honest, it is a huge step forward that the price seems to have finally stabilized. Rest assured, it is not performing any illogical tricks or soaring into the sky.
For investors, the fact alone should be enough to give them a break. Because, let's face it, life has been absolutely crazy for the past few days. Things looked like they were starting to turn around one day, and then the following day we witnessed deeper declines that made people nervous. The level of volatility was just absurd, and there was widespread doubt. Fear gripped some, confusion gripped others, and the vast majority, however, was merely trying to predict what would happen next. However, the atmosphere has changed from yesterday. Just relax. At least for the moment, it appears like the storm has passed. As a relief from the constant fear of another sudden drop, investors can now reassess their strategy and take a step back. Keeping tabs on the numbers is no longer enough. To rephrase, it's about deciding what to do next without being pushed or pressured by market volatility. There has been a notable shift in energy. People are starting to trust again, it seems. This bodes well for the future, suggesting that people are less worried and more focused on what's to come. Naturally, a great deal of flexibility remains. Finally, it's a form of encryption. Unfortunately, right now, it's nice to just enjoy a period of stability. This sort of relief is precisely what Shiba owners needed after going through days of uncertainty. Nevertheless, the most exciting portion is about to begin. They seem to have come back once more. The main players in the Shiba Inu industry are really busy right now, and rise that is 7 times bigger than before has been observed in big holder net flows. Plus, it's generating a lot of buzz. So what gives? Reason being, a spike like this usually means whales are starting to swim again. Accumulation, which occurs when large investors start to increase their holdings, is a good indicator that confidence is starting to rise again. Data from blockchain technology has recently shown a major shift. Right after that, the Shiba Inu big holding net flows soared out of a deep negative zone and into the trillions. A major shift has taken place. Simultaneously, major players have started acquiring Shiba Inus at an alarming rate. This phenomenon is known as massive holder inflows. This picture gives the impression that whales are silently amassing Shiba Inu, while prices stay put. A major shift in attitude has occurred. Uncertainty has previously ruled the market, but this type of action suggests that optimism is making a comeback. Shiba Inus might be preparing for something big if this trend of accumulation keeps up. One thing is certain though, things are starting to stir because the whales are finally starting to wake up. But here's the thing, you might still be wondering, what the fuck is happening here? Why does a Shiba Inu act the way it does now? The next step toward a full understanding is to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. In addition, it is necessary to monitor Bitcoin for this. I can confirm that for you. As of late, the price of Bitcoin has stayed relatively flat, hovering around the massive $114,000 mark. Not to mention that it is not a random number. This kind of consistency in Bitcoin is noteworthy because it establishes a benchmark for the entire market. When Bitcoin's value remains stable, it gives investors and consumers faith in the cryptocurrency. To top it all off, the Shiba Inu are starting to have self-esteem issues. Think back on what has happened over the past few days. Due to the high degree of uncertainty, the rapid swings in price, and the general instability of the market, investors were on edge. However, the remainder of the market is currently seeing some breathing room thanks to Bitcoin now that it has established itself. The same thing is happening with Shiba Inus. It is staying still instead of displaying such wild swings and precipitous dips. On top of that, the whales have resumed their motions, which could mean they are ready for something. Things are sure to take an interesting turn with whales getting back into the market and Bitcoin keeping its strength. The Bitcoin community has been vocal in its support for Trump for quite some time. There are other topics the president is bringing up besides cryptocurrency. He takes part in the discussion actively. He has his very own meme coin now. A famous player in Silicon Valley, David Sachs, has been hired to supervise cryptocurrency policies, and he has also established a partnership with a large exchange platform. It is believed that this summit will provide the framework for actions that could greatly benefit the entire industry. Shiba Inu is a great pick for this kind of thing. This is just crazy, isn't it? Unexpected events, though, do happen frequently in cryptography. There is a thrilling energy about this. Whales are making noise. With a potentially game-changing event just a few hours away, speculation has spiraled out of control just as the market is starting to show signs of stabilization. In your opinion, will this be the catalyst that takes Shiba Inu to the next level? Everyone is watching. That much is certain. Also, is it just hype that things are about to get much better? Indeed, it is correct. The stunning finding was made only today by a famous Twitter specialist. As a result, Blackrock is making adjustments. The Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETT bought hundreds of Bitcoin worth about $40 million not long ago. This is not a minor issue, I assure you. A substantial sum of money is being brought in. Whenever Blackrock takes a step, the entire market watches. However, things start to become interesting at this point. The Trump administration is also getting involved. World Liberty Financial, which has ties to President Trump's crypto policies, reportedly bought a large amount of cryptocurrency today, according to the research of yet another expert. Ethereum and Bitcoin each received investments in the tens of millions of dollars. On top of that, they were somewhat rushed. After sending the money and receiving the assets, the transaction was finalized by transferring everything back into their principal wallet. Such careless shopping habits? What? Nothing haphazard about it. It portends the coming of a major event. At this stage, Shiba Inu behavior starts to go completely bonkers. Trump is about to make a major statement, and the whole Bitcoin ecosystem is bracing itself for its impact. Could it be possible? Things are already getting out of hand. Many people are sure that Trump's Shiba Inu will be involved in some kind of plot. The outcome of the game could be drastically changed by this. Here, we're talking about the kind of thing that could lead to an overnight spike in price. People are already making utterly absurd predictions. Many believe that Shiba Inu have the ability to grow 2 sizes larger than they are now. Some people are calling for a 5-fold rise. Nevertheless, there are a few who are truly brave believers. Someone could be stating that this is the day the Shiba Inu goes viral, instantly doubling someone's wealth in just one day. Yes, that is insane. But with whales piling up, Trump linking himself to Bitcoin, and Blackrock playing power games, anything is possible. Settle down. The rationale behind this is that if these stories are true, we might see the making of history directly in front of our very eyes. Contrast with it. Similar to how Shiba Inus are decentralized, she said that Bitcoin is as well. It is not regulated by a single body. A huge company is not in charge of anything. That being said, it is highly successful, mostly because this is the fundamental problem. Shiba Inu can be built by anybody. Additions such as burn mechanisms, new utilities, liquidity pools, and different staking methods are just a few examples of the practically endless possibilities. There is a little but powerful crew behind Shiba Inu that is responsible for the ecosystem's growth. All freedoms are at your fingertips. Help is available from anywhere in the world. The